Hi, thank you for finding Genuine Business Advisors here in the Boston area. My name is John Gleason. I'm the founder of Genuine Business Advisors. And what we do is we help entrepreneurs sell their business, and we also help family offices, private equity groups, and other entrepreneurs acquire businesses. And thirdly, we also do business consulting for small businesses. The topic of my video today is what are my first steps as a business owner when I've determined that I want to sell my business? I was just asked this question this morning and referred to a handy list that I work with. And I think it's basics, but we have to go back to basics when we're starting a new process. What we have found at Genuine Business Advisors that we are oftentimes dealing with someone who has never sold a business before, so they need some guidance in regards to what the first steps are. So I'm going to go through this list relatively quickly. And I also want to give you my email address when you have questions. My email address is john@genuinebusinessadvisors.com. Very simple. So first step, I've determined I want to sell my business for whatever reason. First step is determine what your objectives are. Clarify the reasons that you're selling the business. Talk to your stakeholders, your family members. Make sure that it's not a temporary idea. You really want to do this. Do you have a timeline in mind? In other words, how soon do you need to do it? And work with a professional, right? Number two, business valuation. Rather than going with your gut instinct in regards to what the business is worth, talk to a business professional in regards to valuation. Get at least a business broker's opinion of value, if not a certified valuation from a business valuation professional. Number three, make sure that all of your financial documents and your contracts and your employee agreements and your leases are in hand. Gather and organize all of those relevant statements, because you know what? Your business broker is going to need those documents. Your CPA firm is going to need those documents if they don't already have them. And your business attorney who's familiar with mergers and acquisitions or business sales needs to have a handle on whether or not you have those documents. Typically what we do at Genuine Business Advisors is, by the way, is we set up a virtual data room, which is where those documents will end up, so we can track who's seeing the documents, when they reviewed them, and which documents they took a look at. Number four, prepare an information memorandum. That's typically going to be done by your business broker. However, you need to participate and approve it as time goes on. There are going to be changes to the document. You want to make sure you're part of the protocol process in approving the document. Okay, so it's an information memorandum. It's electronic. It's going to be controlled through a non-disclosure process. We're never going to have your name out there in the marketplace. It's always going to be veiled. However, once the non-disclosures are signed, we need to be able to send out an information memorandum or an executive summary. Think of it that way, that talks about your business in a very brief, concise manner, in a very accurate manner for, say, perhaps the last 3 years' performance and next 3 years' projections. Number five, just as important as number one, seek professional assistance. So understand that you need a business broker. You need to be working with an attorney who has done business sales, not a trust and estates person, unless they're experienced with business sales, not a real estate salesperson, but someone who's actually done business sales. They understand what papering the deal means on both the buy and the sell side. So they can provide guidance that's invaluable to you during the entire process. And your business broker, whomever you decide to work with, can work very swiftly and efficiently with someone who's experienced, and they don't have to train them backwards, right? They don't have to reverse train. Make sure that your business broker has a process, has an idea, has a cadence in mind for identifying and qualifying potential buyers, because you want that business broker to be dealing with the initial sorting and weeding out the folks who are perhaps tire kickers, who are perhaps interested in your business but not qualified to acquire your business. You don't have time as a business owner who's operating the business to be doing both things: selling the business, screening, dealing with potential buyers, and running your business. You don't want the performance of your business to suffer while you're trying to sell the business. You need to hire someone who is very, very good at business sales and understands the entire process. Make sure that you are happy with the confidentiality and non-disclosure agreements. One thing that we recommend that you don't do is trying to go out there in the marketplace on your own and trying to sell your business through word of mouth without NDAs, without non-disclosure agreements. Because remember, today's world, documents can be forwarded very, very easily. We don't want your current employees, your current vendors, your current clients finding out that you're thinking about selling the business or it's on the market through your own missteps. So whomever you're dealing with, understand that there's going to be a confidentiality and NDA process throughout the process. Participate in negotiating and structuring the deal. Participate. So ideas are going to be proposed to the business broker, assuming that you have a saleable business. And that business broker has a mandate. They have a need. They have a desire. They have an ethical goal to negotiate with you and structuring the deal. So they have to let you know when they have an offer, is what I'm getting at. You need to participate in that. Let them know, more than one word, just to know, why is it that you don't want to deal with this particular buyer? Let's discuss it, because that way you can make the process more efficient going forward. And you know that you can weed out certain types of buyers. For example, someone who doesn't have the complete down payment, who wants to, perhaps you don't want to work with someone who's going to get an SBA loan to buy your business. Whatever it might be, participate in the negotiation and structure of the deal once the broker has weeded out the folks who are tire kickers and not real buyers. Understand that there's going to be a due diligence process. There's going to be a due diligence process after a letter of intent is signed, where the buyer is going to need to look at many documents. Perhaps the buyer wants to talk to some of your key employees or one or two of your key vendors or clients. Understand that that's part of the deal. Even if you're selling, a gas station, if you're selling a software company, of course, there's going to be a due diligence process, and understand that from the very get-go. Understand that to close the sale, you do need to be involved there. The buyer, for example, may want to come in and spend some time in what we used to call the car wash tunnel. So in the small business, the buyer may come in for a 2-week period and take a look at what revenues are being registered. Say, for example, you're selling a retail business, you're selling a restaurant/bar. That buyer may want to come in daily or every other day to see the revenue, to see what the sales are on a day-to-day basis, to see what some of the processes are in terms of handling cash. I'm talking about a very small business. But even if it's not a very small business, closing the sale is critical, right? You can get an LOI signed, the due diligence can be done, but you need to articulate, when do you want that sale closed by? What boxes need to be ticked off and closed in order to make the closing of the sale take place? So those are just 10 points that you need to keep in mind when you're selling any size business. Again, my name is John Gleason. My email is john@genuinebusinessadvisors.com. We stand ready to help you. We've been selling business for many years, and I'm here in the Boston area. Thank you very much for finding us today. Bye now.